Hey, what's going on, traders? Happy Friday. Hope you guys all had a good trading week. I just wanted to recap Cardano here, and I've been meaning to do a video on this. And most of the trading that we do is kind of reserved. The analysis that we do, and obviously our timing and buy and sell signals are reserved for, um, those that are paying customers that are on our team. But occasionally, I like to just talk about some of the success we had. This is a coin I've talked about. This is kind of the third generation token or cryptocurrency. It's probably as one of the best management teams as far as the talent behind the technology and the guys and gals that are building this token and this project and this technology out. So it's something that I see us trading for a long time. Definitely have a core position. It's one of the tokens that I really give a lot of attention and focus to. And when the timing's right, when we get these pullbacks like we just experienced after this first initial move up, this is something that I think is worth. Um, of all your altcoins, there's a time and place to commit more capital, but this is one that always is going to be one that we go to. So we were talking about on this last pullback that this is versus BTC. You can kind of see some of our last signals. So this coin kind of came on our radar in November. And if I get rid of the volume here, you can see there's a huge amount of volume that started this move up when it broke out of this base right after its initial coin after offering here. And at least this is on the Bittrex chart. So once this is listed on the exchange, but sideways broke out. You can see the volume. You can also see the volume here, guys, in this latest pullback. That's what you want. When you're in a strong uptrend, you want the down days to be on light volume. That shows you that there's not a lot of selling. It's just a natural kind of pullback. The token or coin is just resting. On days when you have a lot of selling, that's called the distribution day. You don't want to see that, especially in down markets. Unless you're short, then that's obviously what you want to see. But we were accumulating, just working our position and our add and reduce method that we use. This was back at 1,000 satoshis, and we had a nice run up. We took some profits. Largely went sideways. I actually thought we'd get a bigger pullback to buy, and you never got it. And then we obviously went on this second leg up. I always tell my traders that the first leg is important, but it's really that second leg. It's the second leg up that's usually the bigger move. And so we have some trailing methods we use. It's important to let your winners run, so you got to kind of have a methodology to keep you in these trades. And that's what I work with my traders on a lot. So you don't want to lose your position, especially in the cryptocurrency market these next 2-3 years. Some of this stuff's going to go a lot further than you think, and a lot of times price will overshoot even what's reasonable. So anyway, I don't want to get into some of those lessons, but this has been a nice pullback. I mean, since we talked about this coin, since we issued the buy signals, I mean, this has just been a great play. From our low buy here, this is kind of where we got heavy. This is on the right-hand side of the cycle. Right here, we absolutely nailed this. Got long, took some off, and then bought aggressively on the pullback. And so our last profit take was up over 600% in 20 days. That's just crypto for you. I mean, these moves are amazing, and there's going to be a lot of back and forth for sure. So you got to learn to trade it. But that's what we do. We help traders invest, but trade around a core position is a better way to invest instead of just buying and holding. Sitting through the large drawdowns is not the real institutional or professional way to trade. So we work with independent traders on that. We work with professional traders on that on our model. So anyway, this is a swing line setup that we're just experiencing today. We talked about, if I switch over to the dollar chart, this is actually anytime, guys, you can view a cryptocurrency against dollars or Tether, for example, which is what USDT is, it's going to give you a more accurate representation of what the actual underlying digital asset is doing, because we're pricing these assets in dollars. So if you're comparing it versus BTC and BTC happens to be rallying, it's going to actually show, because you're comparing that to Bitcoin. As Bitcoin goes up, just by the fractional nature of how you're measuring the two, that your altcoin's going to actually look like it's going down on the chart. So anyway, this is a swing line set up in our model. It's pretty simple. We have a three-part model, or three pillars, I call it. It covers analysis, execution, and risk. And so there's lots of topics we teach in all three of those categories. But under execution, there's several buy setups that we use, and this happens to be one of them. It's called the swing line buy setup. But if you just follow these lower highs from each prior candle, as soon as that candle takes out that line of tracking the prior candle's high, that's a great way to enter. Now, as you become a more developed trader and a more seasoned trader, you can buy into these dips. So we were talking about, if you look at the retracement of this move up, about halfway is really where you want to start kind of accumulating. And we did this versus BTC, not just versus Tether. But I said I'd be shocked that if we got back below 50 cents, and that's exactly where the market held. Nice bottoming tail, and now we're taking out yesterday's high. So this is a great entry. If you want to get aggressive here, I'm not giving you advice, guys. Anybody, I don't know your particular situation. I'm just telling you that if you want to play this particular coin, this is a great place to get aggressive, because if you buy here, stop below the low or stop below 50 cents, you know exactly where your risk is. So if we were to trade back down here, I'm not going to get out of my entire core position, but I would take off anything that I bought today if we start to trade below today's low. So I don't think that's going to happen, but anything's possible. So that's where the risk is. You always got to know where your risk is. That's the most important thing in trading. That's what I call risk management. That's what you need to pay attention to. That's what you need to embrace. And then from here, we could easily move back into the highs. So I think we'll probably move to a new high. Well, we'll see. We'll be taking some off above $1. I'll probably sell a little bit into $1, take a little bit more right into these highs here where the market closed on these two candles, take a little bit more profit into the resistance up here, and then of course we'll be leaving a position for new highs, and then just trailing that out as we go. So that's all I really wanted to cover, guys, in crypto space. Like I said yesterday, I'm going to be doing some updates on how our trading's going, and I'm going to start doing more updates, guys, global macro, about what's going on with the dollar, the euro. Euro's having a pretty big move today, actually. I think you're running a lot of stops through 121. I've been playing a course short, and I'm going to keep with that, but we're testing 122. That's been kind of the line in the sand for me longer term. But we traded around. I traded a little bit today after the inflation numbers and pulled a little bit out of the market. This is just me part-time trading with everything else that we're going on, building out rhythm and doing the ICO, etc. So anyway, guys, hope that helps.